We are long lost twins. I think that's the thing. We are long lost twins. It's like that movie, like Big Business with Bette Midler and oh gosh, I forgot the other woman's name. I'm so sorry, but she's also really famous, and I loved that movie as a kid. One of my favorites. Thought it was hysterical, even though I probably didn't understand half the jokes, but I still thought it was hysterical. The twins were also named the exact same name too.
We like to introduce ourselves properly to new customers. It's a tradition.
He's my husband, Matt, and I'm Ben.
Whereas I'm Matt, and he's my husband, Ben.
You don't say.
See, it's not confusing in the slightest. Just remember, I'm not Matt.
And likewise, I'm not Ben. Clear as crystal.
I love these two so much. These two are like couples goals. And I'm not, I'm Hark. You can call me Angel Arts though. And your other friend is also named Hark. Totally named Hark. It's a gamer thing.
No doubt you're here for at least 2 out of 3 of our offerings then.
The games. He means the games. And the pizza.
But what about the laundry? I don't want the washers and dryers to feel left out.
Hey, I like getting my laundry done. I like clean clothes.
Look at those clothes. They're squeaky clean. No laundering needed.
That they are. Completely clean clothes. Curses. Foiled again.
I can get them dirty at some point. Who knows? Okay, now my head's reeling. Why exactly did Iris suggest I see these guys first for a healthy dose of calories and confusion? The games. I heard there's a professional Fist of Discomfort 2 team that hangs out here. Indeed, we cater to the neighborhood kids and families, true, but we have a fine assortment of regulars who visit our arcade. Master gamers, all, and we're proud to sponsor them in their adventures. Wait, you're their pro sponsor?
Absolutely.
Positively.
Matt and I have a long history of working with arcade gamers. When we opened this new venture, we figured, well, why not carry on the tradition? Indeed, watching our friends from Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo. Yay, our first major reference from the previous game. It's amazing. Indeed, watching our friends from Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo reaching for their dreams is truly an inspiration. And when we realized the local gang of friends here in Chinatown had similar aspirations, well, why not support them with a little sponsorship? Too true. We provide them with a stipend of quarters for their games or their laundry, or both. And you fly them out to tournaments and give them team salaries and all that other stuff? Ben and Matt exchanged an uneasy glance. Well, not as such. That's a bit of a tall order. Taller than a 48-ounce diet soda. But they've never really been interested in that sort of thing, yes? Not that I'm aware of. They're content to just play here and have fun. My hopes for a glorious esports future now failing. I don't get it. Why would Iris lead me to a bunch of local friends instead of putting me in touch with a professional team, like I asked? Perhaps sensing my worries, Ben clears his throat to catch my attention. Because they're awesome and amazing. Bite your tongue, Angel Arts. Let me guess. Iris led you here to join the team? I heard her chiming in earlier regarding the topic of pizza bagels. That would be accurate, yes. Not that I would know a thing about illegally downloaded apps or anything. Ben winks and Matt taps his head. Don't worry, we know a thing or two about Iris as well. That's probably why Iris is able to find this team to begin with, because she knows Ben and Matt. So it is the same Iris. It is. She's double dipping. She's dealing with both Harks. I'm the other man. I'm the other Hark. Enough to know everything she does is for a reason. Not that I know what the reason is, but I believe in Iris who believes in believe in Iris who believes in you, I say. I, for one, welcome our adorable future robot overlord. Right, so I glance around at the weird mashup of 3 different businesses, curious. None of this really makes sense. I get the pizza and the video games, but laundry? Really?
Everything's coming up roses.
It's the perfect system. You eat some pizza, get cheese on your pants, toss them in the wash, and go play a game while waiting for them to dry. He's got you there. Meaning you're playing Pac-Man Sans Pants? Well, okay, not the perfect system. Depends on who the person is. Still, the principle is sound. Doubling up on activities is just this thing for this go-getting, high-speed, modern lifestyle of the year 20XX. And I guess it makes the perfect hangout for a casual gaming team, too. Grab some chow, bring your hamper, get it all done at once.
Sensible.
Indeed.
One and done. The one and done place. But we've been talking your ear off and letting your pizza go cold. How unthoughtful of us. Go, eat and enjoy. We'll still be around if you want to chat another time. They still didn't tell me what was in the pizza, but whatever it is, I'm sure I'm adventurous enough to eat it and try it. Just one more thing. Welcome home. Brushing off that whole experience, I settle in at one of the tables to devour my pizza. It's gooey and delicious and just what this hungry boy needed. But one thought lingers as I dine on my delicious dish. I pull out my phone and get clarification. This better be like some calamari, artichoke, some like General Tso grape, like masterpiece of a pizza that I've never had before and will still eat and devour. Hey, Iris? Lick my fingers. Iris Online. What is your reason for leading me here exactly? I know I haven't actually met anyone from the team yet, but it doesn't sound like they're going to be what I asked for. Ben claims there's a reason for everything you do. Care to fill me in on what that reason is? I could, but I don't feel like I should. Just Angel Arts, just know that it's because the plot demands it. That's the reason, the plot demands it. Huh? Calling me confused. My phone is deliberately withholding secrets from me? I know, it's a little worrying. Your personal AI is staying quiet, but in my experience, it's best to let my users reach conclusions on their own. One thing I've learned about humans is that you can't simply tell them how to fix their lives. It doesn't work. You're trying to fix my life? Does my life need fixing? Instead, you can nudge them along a path that will get them to where they need to be. That's my specialty. I was unaware I was in need of fixing. That's exactly what I said. Self-awareness can be difficult for humans, I found. Shrugging, I finish off my lunch and move on. I can sort out whatever that meant later. Other business to attend to. Well, I know what needs fixing. Your romantic life, sir. But before I go approach someone actually on the team, maybe I should take advantage of Ben and Matt's familiarity with them to learn a bit more.
Hello.
Hello.
How was your slice? Was it a slice of heaven? Tasty, yeah. Hey, listen, I'm going to go ask someone on the team if I can join and was wondering, well, whom should I approach? Ooh, a challenging question. The first one you talk to will be your in with the group. You'll want to make a good first impression. This is cool. This is why they wanted me to go to this one first, so they could give me an overview, a play-by-play of each one. I suppose the question is, what sort of person would you like to meet? We can point you in the right direction. Someone who's competitive just like me, someone with a weird sense of humor, someone eager for adventure, someone level-headed and reasonable, someone friendly and compassionate, someone who loves a lot about FOD too. I don't know. See, I like friendly and compassionate, but I also like a sense of humor. A weird sense of humor I can appreciate too. So it's one of these two. Can you tell me about all of them? Eager, friendly, level-headed, and reasonable. Knows a lot about FOD. Someone friendly and I'm gonna start with someone friendly and compassionate. Who's the friendliest person on the team? Someone with a lot of compassion might be willing to give a stranger like me a chance. You need to look no further than Grace, a resident genius. She's actually over on the other side of the pizzeria if you like to chat. She can be a bit shy at first, but she's always willing to give someone a chance. Could be just what you
Seeing
need.
you.
Lead on, adventure, your quest awaits. Guess grabbing up some pizza did definitely in the end. I've got a better idea of what I'm walking into. I thought I wanted to ask about each one of those. Can I go back? Can I rewind? I'm not able to rewind. Okay, whom do I want to talk to next? Oh, I wanted to rewind. Be kind, please rewind. Be kind. Grace is having some pizza. She's friendly with a big heart. Someone's loitering around the laundry machines checking on their phone. Someone's playing a light gun over there. Someone's playing a driving game in the corner. The weird guy. A guy in a hoodie. I'm gonna go to... Even though Grace, I know, is the friendly one with the big heart, I'm kind of intrigued by the dude in the hoodie. Like, I'm kind of intrigued. I'm gonna go check this, whoever this person is. Upon setting foot in the small arcade for the first time, well... Okay, so I've never been to an arcade before, not even for a birthday party, but I've been on the internet, I know things, and usually they're at least bigger than this. Can I go rewind? I still can't rewind. Okay. Shouldn't I be drowned out by the beeps and boops? Why aren't their children running recklessly down the aisles of games? Where's the smell of stale air and rusty tokens? Honestly, this is more of a caboose to the great locomotive that is good, clean fun. There's a few games, sure, but they're packed into a small side room attached to the laundromat. Most are games I don't recognize either. Figuring I had a tiny search engine in my pocket that I should be taking more advantage of, I consult Iris to get the details before I dare approach anyone. Hey Iris, what are these games exactly? I hold my phone up so Iris can get a nice lay of the land through my camera. Let's see. Obviously the one in the middle is your favorite game, Fist of Discomfort 2. The driving game back there is Fast Cars 7, a worthy successor to the international phenomenon known as Fast Cars 5. What happened to Fast Cars 6? We don't talk about Fast Cars 6. We don't talk about Fast Cars, no, not anymore. And moving on, the light gun shooting game is Metalgeddon 4, Rise of Steel, affectionately known as MG4 by its fans, since the full title is a mouthful. Lastly, the crane game. Yeah, okay, what crane games... I know what crane games are. Crane goes down, fails to grab a prize, comes back up, sadness ensues. That's my experience with them. That's really it, huh? I was expecting more? Okay then. Well, thanks, Iris.
Offline.
No problem. Now go out there and say hi to your new friends. With a shrug, I pocket my phone again. Very important, but there's one major problem with this tableau of arcade goodness. Every single game in this small arcade is being played, except Fist of Discomfort 2. The impression I got from Ben and Matt was of a more casual team, sure, but seriously? Nobody's playing. Something's off. No turning back now, though. With a shrug, I proceed onward. Curiously, this guy looks like Thor. A little bit. He looks a little bit like Thor. Curiously enough, the man not only isn't playing FOD2, he's not really playing a game, more a toy for kiddies who don't understand physics and probability, a crane machine. As I walk up to him, he's busy moving the Lepo-matic Priize crane back and forth, lining it up just right over a dragon dolly. And contrary to expectation, when the crane dips down and pulls back up, it's managed to snag the dragon by the tail with precision. With a smirk, he pulls his prize from the retrieval chute, but then opens the game up with a key turned in its lock, puts a toy back in the pile, and seals up a game tightly afterward. And then he's back at it, moving the crane for a second try at the prize he literally just won. I am confusion incarnate. Fortunately, he seems to notice me staring at him in utter bewilderment and isn't offended in the slightest.
Catch and release, yes?
Oh, I love this dude's accent. The last person that I romanced had a very adorable accent, and this guy's... What accent is this? I can't tell right off the bat. What?
It's good to stay in practice. Keep the skills sharp. But no need to deprive a young one of a toy they might enjoy in the process. So the owners gave me the key to the machine, allowing me to put my catches back in there. It's only fair. Suppose I could just pick the lock. But I felt it best to get the approval of the local lords before pretending to pilfer their hoard.
This guy's very charming, and I like his outfit. I am filled with questions.
Ask me no questions, and I'll tell you no lies.
Okay, this guy's funny.
But in this case, ask away. I'm game to play if you are.
Are you single? Let's start with names. What's
Call
yours?
me Locksley. More of a nom de guerre than a name. But Sir Robin of Locksley befits me more than any other title.
Sir Robin of Locksley. I like that. I like that. Is Locksley his handle? Is Robin his real name? Because
How
that's
may
kind
I
of cool.
be of assistance on this fine day?
He is so charming, just like Percy. Remember, fun. Games are fun. There's no need to stress out about whether or not they'll accept me if we're all in this for the fun of it. All I need to do is connect with them on that level and they'll accept me. Probably. Okay, so I'm Angel Arts and I downloaded this app since I wanted to join a Fist of Discomfort 2 team and... Good day, Iris. Oh, hello. You know Iris.
Marvelous.
Indeed I do. My fair digital lady has tended to many a wayward sheep in her tenure as the internet's finest shepherd. And any friend of Iris is a friend of mine. If she directed you into our loving arms, then here you shall remain. My apologies deeply to anyone who is offended by my accent.
Hail, friend!
You've my approval for joining our team, such as it is. And my confusion quintuples by this point, although maybe I shouldn't object to someone giving me exactly what I was looking for. Thank you for your consideration. I'll do my best to make you and your team proud of me. That sounds kind of boring. I'm looking for a team eager to go all the way to the top. I'm new to arcades, but willing to learn. I'm just gonna be like, how exactly do you know Iris? I should be focusing on joining the team, making my case for why I belong in the ranks, but I can't resist asking. How do you know I used an Iris app to find this place exactly? Do you have an Iris too? Ah, it's a brief moment, but I've caught this suave and dashing rogue a bit flat-footed. He's quick with a smile and convincing line after, though. I've my own Iris, of course, as you've surmised. A simple explanation. I've enjoyed her companionship enough to know to trust her sisters. Yep, each iris is its own individual instance, although I'm a freshly installed one, so I haven't talked to many of my sisters yet. I'm really curious to find out what his iris's personality is like. I like how all the different irises are very different from each other, it seems. And I do believe my guess is accurate, that you sought to join our team at the behest of your iris. That's the whole point, yes.
Most unfortunate.
You see, our team is, I hate to use the dreaded term, casual, but we are hardly dedicated to the absolute cause of FOD2 glory. Oh, we all play the game, of that there can be no doubt, and dare I say, we are rather skilled. But if what you seek is gold and conquest, well, that's not quite our goal. Oh, it's alright, I'm just here to, like, romance people. However, as Iris has led you to us, I shall accept that there is purpose at play, and I welcome you wholeheartedly. Iris works in mysterious ways. She always has her reasons, even when unfathomable.
Ah, a fine adventure.
But by your side I shall stand. Against any foe, what should challenge thee? You've mine word on that, at risk of overdoing the king's English. I'm wondering if he totally has a completely different accent like normally, and he's just putting up this persona. I'd be hilarious if he'd be like, oh hey, you want some coffee? If he just started busting out in a totally different accent. I do recommend introducing yourself to the others. I can't unilaterally accept your membership, but tell them you have my blessing, by all means. Okay, I'll do that. Still kinda confused, but I can ride the wave of this guy's enthusiasm. Our humble abode is always yours to enjoy. Please feel free to kick back and enjoy the arcade, as we do. Loxley winks at me before going back to his beloved crane game. He slips a token in and outstretches his hand to me. Now then, would you like a crane game prize? I've not completed my practice for the day. I'd be happy to retrieve one in your honor. A cheap Malaysian knockoff Beanie Baby is a token of honor. I suppose in this particular case, the sentiment is a fair portion of the honor, rather than the stuffed toy itself. Aside from FOD2, I specialize in prize games, you see. Yes, risky, but the prize. What was that? That was that thing? Like, very risky, but the prize. I don't remember what the quote is anymore. Alley rollers, crane games, light stackers, things of that nature. And when skill alone is not enough, when the games are rigged in favor of greedy arcade owners, well, I always carry a few tools of the trade, as it were, to tilt the odds towards justice.
Justice prevails.
I'm proud to say I've been banned from no fewer than 8 arcades in this city alone. Yeah, stick to it, those bees who rip off kids with cheapo prizes. I wouldn't do that. You could end up in arcade jail for arcade crimes. Tools of the trade, what sort exactly? You did mention lockpicks. I wouldn't do that. You could end up in arcade jail for arcade crimes. And raging the arcade industry seems like a bad idea. Didn't that Dekonami guy who used to run crooked arcades, like, vanish overnight? You might get black bagged and dragged into a dark basement to be beaten to death with old licorice from the prize desk. You jest, but the situation with Dekonami is... well, best not to discuss such matters. Not yet. Besides, they'd have to catch me first. Always memorize the exits when entering any room, I say. I always manage to slip away with an armload of plush goods, even from arcades which seeks my capture. So he's a little bit... here's the thing about it, is that he's a little bit too chaotic. I shouldn't say too chaotic. He's not as chaotic as I am. Does that turn me off from him? No, but I wouldn't necessarily, like, agree with everything he says, or would agree with everything that he does. Would I still like him regardless? Maybe. Depends. So I'm not sure if... I feel like I would have gotten more favor from him if I chose, like, the gutsy one, but it just wouldn't have been in character for me, and I didn't want to, like, meta and just gamify telling people just what they wanted to hear, because, you know, I definitely do not... Colin and I, in real life, my husband and I, we definitely do not just tell each other what each other wants to hear. We definitely do not. Not that I keep the prizes for myself, of course. The spoils of my raids are always donated to various shelters and children's charities. See, I like that. I do find that very admirable. That's some good karma right there. Indeed, but there's more to it than a desire to turn frowns upside down. Loxley ponders how to phrase this. What wording he wants to use.
It's a matter of...
Justice?
a matter of fair play. Priize games run contrary to the concept of fair play.
That's
They are
right.
invariably tilted against the player and mask the unfairness behind glitz and glamour.
He's actually right. That's absolutely right.
I am a firm believer in fairness and justice. Too much in this world hinges on injustice. Injustice to keep the wheels greased and turning. But I suppose you're not here for my rants about the ills of society. You're here to win.
It's fine. You're clearly passionate about this. I tend to keep politics out of my gaming. Is there a scene for competitive prize ticket gaming? It's fine. You're clearly passionate about this. I don't mind a little ranting. It's clear that you're really passionate about the idea of fair play. Indeed, few truly understand the concept. It's not simply about no advantages, it's about equal footing. As a gay man, I totally understand you there. In addition, many are blind to their own advantages, seeing themselves as being on equal footing when in reality they've had a leg up all their lives. Again, as a gay man, I totally get what you're saying. My philosophy extends beyond merely rigged carny scam games, but to fairness within society itself. If you'll pardon my ranting, of course. Preach, brother. Preach, preach, preach. Consider it pardon.
Excellent.
Excellent. So, you practice crane catches all day when not fleeing from the long arm of the arcade law? Well, there's also FOD 2, if that's what you're wondering. None of us are playing it today, true, but we do play. And I do have my own affairs to tend to. I'm afraid I don't spend nearly as many hours in GF as the others. But I promise you, should your dream be one of glory, I will do my best to support it, in the time available to me. You have my word, friend. I feel the burning need to bow back to him in return, some sweeping courtly gesture. Well, I'd best busy myself for the time being.
Fare thee well.
I hope to see more of you, Angelots. Be well. I like Loxley. He seems cool. With introductions completed, he returns to his prize game, targeting that dinosaur for yet another catch. Well, that certainly was interesting. He's eccentric, sure, but his heart seems to be in the right place, and that counts for a lot. Bizarre. Not sure what to make of this Ren Fair reject exactly, but whatever. He's quite the catch, if I do say so myself. I'd rather he scoop me up in his arms instead of scooping toys out of machines, but it's clear he has a good heart. It's silly, but I'm falling for his whole knightly shtick. Chivalry, true Hollywood-style chivalry, can be very charming indeed. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff myself. I'd love to get to know him a bit better. Okay, whom do I want to talk to next? Oh, so many choices! So many choices! I'm going to choose... You know, let's go talk to the weird guy that I bumped into. I'm curious about him next. I spot the young man I bumped into on my way in busy playing with what looks like Space Invaders cranked to 11. I can't even begin to visually parse the chaos of his game. I think there's a spaceship somewhere, but all I see are glowing projectiles flooding the screen. Somehow the game isn't immediately ending, so I presume he's managing to dodge each and every bullet. I recognize him for our run-in earlier. Kind of a weird encounter, all told. I hope I didn't catch him on a bad day. And finally, a golden fireball fills the screen. His luck runs out at last. With a long and ragged sigh, he steps away from the controls.
Ah, the inevitability of a game over. Some days you get the radioactive mutant space bear, and some days the radioactive mutant space bear gets you, I suppose. But in the end, it's always the bear.
Shaking it off, he pulls up the corners of his mouth into a smile and engages friendly conversation mode.
Newcomer to GCF? This multicade's got more than just shmups. There's retro classics and stuff too. Go ahead and quarter up if you want. I'm done for now. Name's Domino. I lurk around this place when I'm not doing anything else of importance, which is most of the time.
Domino, I love that name. I love that handle.
Let me know if you need anything. If you're lucky, maybe I can actually provide it.
Oh, I don't know if I'm feeling lucky. Good to meet you. Name's Angel Arts. I'm going around making introductions. I'm joining Team GCF. Loxley said I should come by and say howdy. How exactly does one join an organization that barely exists? I've never heard of someone walking up and saying, "Hi, can I join your circle of friends?" I've done that before, actually, in a matter of speaking. Even if it'd be nice if people actually did that, this world could use more kindness, as a whole. I get that this is a pretty casual team, and I'm hoping to make a fun run for the Pro Tour. Not a great match, but that's okay. I'm here now, so I figured the least I can do is take a shot at it, right?
Don't know about that.
That's the literal opposite of the least you could do. The least you can do is lie down and never get up again, right? Whoa, that face is kind of creeping me out. I'm really uncomfortable. I'm really uncomfortable. That is gonna give me nightmares tonight. There's something a little bit creepy in his tone when he says it. Like he's trying to sound like he's joking when he really isn't. Okay, this guy is kind of weirding me out. He looks me over once, top to bottom.
Hey.
I feel very violated right now. Anyway, welcome to the fold. Yeah, I'm very uncomfortable. We've got pizza, we've got laundry pods. Please, for the love of God, do not mix the two up when choosing your food sources. You need anything? Call up your buddy Domino. Just don't call Domino's unless you want pizza, which I do. Although Ben and Matt make a good slice, truth be told. So, what's your deal? Besides Fist of Discomfort 2, I mean. I need a deal aside from FOD2? Life's not a YA novel. You're allowed to have more than one character attribute, yes? I'm also a pretty compassionate sort of guy. A useful trait to be sure, but I meant your passions. Or is it really just FOD2 all day, every day? Eat, breathe, sleep, FOD2. So this guy's not quite as charming as Loxley is. What can I say? FOD is my chosen lifestyle. Romantic candlelight dinners and long walks by the sea. Oh, I'm also an avid PC gamer. I love computers. Romantic candlelit dinners and long walks by the sea. And let me see what happens if I'm being, like, quirky with him. Oh, definitely. I also enjoy soaking in a bubble bath with a romance novel, a long walk by the ocean surf, fine wine, and candlelight. I think you're joking, but all those things do sound very nice. I've never been much of a romantic, due to being very unsuccessful at romance. I inevitably rub people the wrong way, and you can interpret that literally or metaphorically. I'm starting to feel really, like, uncomfortable with Domino. But nothing wrong with niceties. In theory, in practice, matters get iffy, but in theory, I'm in favor. Life's not like a greeting card photo, but it'd be nice to imagine it being that way, yes? All peaceful and earnest and sincere. Lovely. I can't quite figure this guy out. He seems so random, like picking out dominoes. I can't figure this. This guy's an enigma to me. Must be nice having aspirations and ambitions. He spares a glance to the arcade cabinet, which is slightly running a demo of the ridiculously over-the-top shooting game he was playing.
You ever wonder what it's like?
What's like?
To be in space, flying at unbearable speeds, surrounded by nothing but void and enemies, closing in on all sides.
I don't think I've ever... I mean, I definitely have wondered what it'd be like to be in space, but not surrounded by the void and enemies closing in on all sides.
Probably one of the most terrifying experiences ever. Like being an early Russian cosmonaut, desperately holding on as your ship shakes apart around you. I think that's why I love bullet hell shmups. They're nightmares. Pure nightmares.
So he likes scary games. I'm not really into scary games, dude.
But you can safely engage with that nightmare. Explore it. It's just a game, after all. It can't really hurt you.
Okay,
And
sir.
every time you explode, a silent, white-hot ball in the vacuum of space, you have another chance to try again. I've gotten very, very good at exploding. And not exploding. It's all muscle memory by now.
Okay, alright. I'll admit, I'm not familiar with a shmup. What's that? Is everything okay? Your game seems anxiety-inducing. Played it so often you could do this in your sleep, eh? I'll admit, I'm not familiar with a shmup. What's that? I'm something of an arcade newbie. I have no clue what a shmup is, aside from a heart attack-inducing spam of bullets. Exactly, it's a shoot 'em up, or shmup game. Specifically, a bullet hell shmup, because, well, it's a hell comprised entirely of bullets. It takes an intense amount of skill to play one of these things compared to, like, Galga, trademark, or one of its simple ancestors. Betting this makes you great at FOD2. When the ninjas are thick as thieves, it takes a lot of focus to rise above the chaos. Focus, or in my case, instinct. You just let go and let instinct take over. Fight to survive, no matter the game.
Sure thing.
I'd be happy to show you some time, either in FOD2 or maybe teaching you the ways of shmupping. Up to you. He lets out a brief yawn, defocusing his eyes for a moment. Sorry, long night, overslept too. I'm not quite at my best. I'll give you a properly enthusiastic greeting, maybe with streamers and confetti. Next time. Rain check okay with you? Sounds good, here. He offers me a quick salute.
Be seeing you.
Welcome to our glorious mess. Until next time. That's an interesting character. He steps away from the arcade machine to head out to the laundromat and maybe lie down a bit.